Tell us about your awesome, amazing experience. One of many that you've had at this movie theater that is near your home.
Yeah. So this was the closest place. Well, I could have gone somewhere else actually. But I just went there for convenience factor, and bought my ticket, got my seat for the Fathom event, where they were gonna do the whole Q&A deal and what blah blah blah, or not, whatever they were gonna do. It's like Fathom event, you know, Fathom events.
I've got some story of my own
yeah,
too,
yeah.
So I'll tell you about it as well. But just go ahead. You want something else to drink, by the way?
Yeah. Give me a surge. So yeah. I went. I got my ticket. I went inside, and it's supposed to start at 7. Didn't start at 7. And other people actually came in late, and they were even kind of shocked, like, "Oh, it's already 7:10, and the movie still hasn't started yet." All right, so whatever. And this whole time, I'm boxing Bryce. I didn't know what's going on. Then 7:30 rolls around.
Cause tell them we were both seeing it at the same time, but different theaters.
Yeah, they heard you. Same time, just different theaters. So yeah, 7:30 rolls around, and then you get a time. You tell me you end up getting a timer or a countdown.
Yeah.
Right?
So right, like this is supposed to start at 7. You know, like I figured it'd be okay. Like I was kind of upset the theater where I saw it didn't have reserved seating, and I was like, that kind of sucks. But then I started thinking, like, wait a minute. The people that are going to be going to see this movie are the Kevin Smith diehards. And right. I kind of remember, like, we went to a big thing for Tusk, too, and that wasn't even really sold out. There's a lot of people, but it wasn't sold out. Actually, you know what? I stand corrected. It was more sold out because I think Kevin Smith was actually there. So that's
the ArcLight. That's right,
not a good that's not a good example. But in my head, just knowing how many people were unaware of Tusk, what?
No, I just got a strange, like...
From Surge?
From my wisdom teeth.
Okay. Your
wisdom teeth are gone.
That you actually thought didn't get pulled. That cracked me up. When you're like, my wisdom teeth are still there.
Well, I'll show you later.
Okay. You can show me later, but your wisdom teeth aren't there. Anyways. So, in my head, I'm like, oh, it'll be okay because, yeah, like I already said, the only people that know about this are the Kevin Smith diehards, and there's a lot of Kevin Smith fans out there, but I'm like, it'll be alright. I'm sure I won't have a problem.
My theater had probably 10 people at max.
Yeah, I think mine, I'll say 10 to 15.
I honestly thought there's me. I could remember it. There's one guy behind me, other guy for some fucking reason by a seat right fucking next to me. That's 3 translated. One person in the far 4, 5, 6... 7, 8, 9, 10. There was exactly 10.
I'll say 10 to 15 in my theater. So yeah, 7 o'clock rolls around. I'm like, oh cool, it's going to start. But instead, what showed up was Fathom Events, and it said, this will start, your program, or whatever the fuck it said, will start in 29 minutes, countdown. And blah, 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 countdown time. Carry on.
Okay,
so we're boxing.
We don't get
during this process, we're getting nothing, still a black screen.
Still black screen. We got a Dish logo for some reason.
I'm at a Dish Network, right?
Dish Network logo, yeah.
That's so bizarre. I'm at an AMC, or you're at an AMC, and I'm at a Regal. Just so people know.
Yeah. So we're waiting there, and probably around like 7:40, that they say, "Oh, we're having some technical difficulties. Please give us a moment." So like, all right, fine, you know, and we're waiting, and then like. You said, all right, we're starting here. I'm going to put my phone away. And then, like, about almost 8 o'clock exactly, they've come in and they're like, oh, unfortunately, for some reason, Fathom Events has canceled this showing, so we can refund you your money, and you just follow us down here, and we'll take care of you. We're like, what the fuck? Like, they didn't tell you they were canceling it? They're like, no, unfortunately, they didn't communicate with us. That they canceled the screening, but we can refund your money, blah blah blah. All right, so we went down there, get the refund. I asked the guys like what happened? The Fathom Events didn't tell you they canceled it? Like, no, apparently everyone on the West Coast has been affected and they're not getting it, the feed, and I'm like, no, that's not true because my friend is at a Regal right now and he's watching it, so I don't know why we aren't watching it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh well, it's because it's just AMC's. I was like, I knew already that he didn't know what the fuck was going on because like that has to be a fucking lie. And yeah, so I was like, all right, just give me my money. So they gave me a full refund and they gave me a free pass to come anytime I want, any movie, whatever. And it was so frustrating. Not only that, there was a couple there who went and like came in with like full on like food, popcorn, beer, and like they were waiting to laugh their asses off. And they were pissed because they spent so much money on food. And they kept like they were they were making a scene. They're like, we want our fucking money back for this food. Like we can't. What are we gonna do with this? And it's true. What are they gonna do with all that?
Well, okay, that's kind of dumb though. I mean, like, what is? I get buying food for the movie you're about to watch, but like, why is the food all of a sudden not good for you now that the movie isn't happening anymore? You know, you still bought the food because it was stuff you wanted to eat and consume. No one's telling you can't do that anymore. So that the food thing's kind of dumb.
It was kind of dumb, especially the way like she was saying it too. It was like, God damn! Like they told you to go walk into any movie right now for free. They're giving you a refund and free passes. They said go whatever movie you want, just walk into it. But they weren't having it. And the lady was just like, no, I want to see this movie. I'm like, bitch, you're not going to see it. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm pissed too. I want to see this movie. Like, what are we going to do? Just sit there and, like, wish it to come on? Because that's not going to happen. So, yeah. It was very frustrating. I was very pissed. And that's my story.
So, did you research any of this later?
I did not. I probably should have, but I didn't. Oh, wait. I did look on Twitter, and there was one also not too far that was said that they were having issues, but they eventually just got the movie no Q&A or no intro.
Okay. And I heard that happens like I told you in Tulsa, Oklahoma or something, like they didn't get an intro either. So I don't know what happened. So my story.
At one place, and then there was another theater.
I mean, any evidence that it happened at AMC? Do you know?
There was an AMC. They checked into an AMC,
and they saw it.
And they say the one that I told you where they didn't get the intro, that was an AMC.
Okay.
I think it was Torrance. And there was another one in that same general area. I forgot what city it was, but they said they just got the movie and no intro or Q&A after, or whatever it was supposed to be. Anyways.
So, yeah. So anyways, it was weird to go back to me. 7 o'clock rolls around and we get a countdown for a half hour instead. And it's like, all right, well, that's weird. I would have... It made me wonder if that was because there was some kind of a problem. Are you still getting problems?
No, I'm just looking at it like, it's so green.
Yeah, it is. So it made me wonder, like, okay, well, maybe they are having issues. Like, we'll see what happens. Or after reading that the Tulsa, Oklahoma location didn't get the intro, I started thinking, I'm like, okay, well, maybe we're not getting the intro either, but for some reason they aren't going to air the movie until this intro, which I had read was about a half hour, is over. I'm like, okay, whatever, we'll see what happens. 7:30 rolls around, and the intro starts. So I get the intro, so then the movie starts at 8. So already off the bat, I was like, okay, it's cool. I got the intro, I did not get that, so everything's all good. And they were saying, stay tuned for the post-movie Q&A. I'm like, fantastic. I got everything. They were advertising that before it even started. During the countdown, they were advertising the post-movie Q&A. I was convinced I wasn't going to get the intro. So we get the intro. That's over. Movie starts at 8. Watch the movie. Movie ends. Go wait through the credits. Q&A starts. But doesn't really start. Like, I'm trying to remember who... So the Q&A starts... And... It was kind of weird, because the intro that was shown, I believe, was from Red Bank, New Jersey.
Yeah.
And then the Q&A was from somewhere totally different. And I don't remember where it was from. And, God, now I'm actually drawing a blank on who was even on stage. If it was Kevin or somebody else.
It's supposed to be Kevin Harley.
No, I know, but it might have just been... Yeah, it was Kevin and Harley. And they showed one thing, which Kevin actually references in the intro of the movie, like before the movie. Then it ended. It was 5 minutes. And then a thing pops up on the screen and says, to see the full Q&A for free, go to this website. And it came up, and I was kind of staring at it in disbelief that I didn't get a chance to take a picture of the screen, or like
I'm sure we could find it.
I just didn't remember. I'm sure I could. It had a code and everything, though. I'm sure I could find it if I wanted to.
That is some bullshit,
so,
man.
So when I walked out, I'm like, that wasn't even like, how is that a Fathom event? Because normally a Fathom event is kind of like a thing. You know what I mean? Like they're streaming something.
Yeah, I went to the Batman one, the Killing Joke, and after it, they said stay after for a featurette for the movie, and we got like a good 20-minute featurette.
Yeah. So I left the theater convinced. I'm like, okay, well, they must have had issues, and the movie started a half hour later than it was supposed to. Maybe they need the theater for something else, and so maybe they just cut it short. Well, talked to Francis, friend of the show, been on the show. Last show he was on was when we talked about Star Wars. He saw the movie, are you aware of that?
Yeah.
He saw the movie, and he wasn't at he was at a Cinemark. I think he was at the Century Theater.
Oh, okay.
By the stadium. His movie started at 7 with the intro, and then the movie ended, and then they got the same Q&A thing that we did. So my theory of we didn't get the Q&A because of the movie starting a half hour late totally, is wrong. So, odd all the way around. You got nothing on AMC. Sorry, I totally broke the smells. I had garlic earlier this afternoon, so that's probably why. And then they saw the movie at a Cinemark theater, and it started at 7, and we saw it at a Regal, and we started a half hour late. But got everything that they did, but just a half hour later. So, very odd. I'd be really curious to look up and see if Kevin Smith responded to any of that stuff, if there's any information, because that kind of sucks. But, so, what about people that decided not to just walk into any theater right then? Did they get some sort of voucher plus the free movie tickets? Or if you walked out, then you lost out on your fee?
It was just the person who was complaining that they told just go walk into whatever you want to see. But for everyone else, they got a refund and they got a free ticket.
Okay. So essentially the same thing.
Yeah. Because
you could get a refund and take the money from the refund and buy another movie ticket if you wanted to. So you basically got 2 free movies.
Basically got 2 movies.
Which is cool. That's cool, but I get how that's disappointing.